Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. Now today's conversation is a bit more of a sombre feeling to it. I'm not actually digging anything up in the garden or creating any recipes in the kitchen. Today I'd like to talk about my health. Now those of you who have followed the channel for a while will know I've been quite frank and quite open about my health. And I have gone in and out of hospital quite a bit and had a few tests. So basically 7 years ago, I started to feel a tightness and a pain in my perineum. And to sit down flat on my bottom in a chair, or to lay down flat in bed, or to do certain actions, I would be in absolute pain. And I started visiting the GP then. Basically, they just offered me painkillers. They offered me the tablets like gabapentin and things like that. And at the time, my mindset was I didn't want anything that may mask and cover the pain. I'd actually like some investigation and find out why the pain is there. So at home, I'd take paracetamol if and when needed, but I don't like taking tablets, so it would be very infrequently or when the pain was unbearable and I had no choice. And even then, those types of tablets just literally take a little edge off, they don't take the pain away. So then I'd start having things like acid reflux, swollen belly, constipation. I'd start struggling. Again, I go back to the GP and fobbed off again. Again, we can offer you these other names, but gabapentin type tablets. Still refused, and they give me painkillers a little bit stronger, cocodamol. So I'd keep them, and when the pain got unbearable, I'd take those as well. So finally, they sent me for colon tests because the constipation thing started to get a bit worse. So I had to have the camera. I received a letter a few weeks later that they'd found a blockage in the colon. At that time, I wasn't angry, upset. I was quite happy. I had some answers and a solution and thought then we could progress from there, remove the blockage, and I could get some quality of life back. Unfortunately, just under 2 weeks later, I received another letter to say they were retracting the statement of the blockage in the colon, and there was actually a sighting of the cervix. At the time, none of that made sense to me, but I had to accept it. It was the experts, and that's what they told me. Time passed, and I had to go back to the GP, start investigations again, because colon were quite happy there was nothing wrong in that area. So then I was sent along to a gynecologist, had all of those tests. At one stage was possibly told it could have been vulvodynia, and the perineum might have had nerve damage. Nothing further, no painkillers, no treatment. By this time I'd gone to 2 private hospitals and a number of NHS hospitals. The acid reflux was becoming more and more of a problem, and the stomach tightening and swelling was becoming an issue. I started to home remedy and use baking powder with water, and that would relieve my indigestion. I used to have to have that after an evening meal most evenings. Sometimes, if that didn't remove it, I had to force myself to vomit. Otherwise, I would feel, I can't think of the girl's name from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but we all know the one who ate the grape and she was purple and she exploded. So, Beauregard, somebody Beauregard. Violet Beauregard, that was it. And I'd have that kind of sensation. Anyway, goes back to the GP, and they sent me for further investigation on the stomach. So I had like a jelly test, like a pregnancy test, and they said they found a gallstone. Bearing in mind this is probably 6 years ago or more. Then they said it was too small to deal with. I didn't need any further treatment. It's something you can live with and you can crack on. Then I received a letter from Coercion to say, oh, you've got diverticulitis, no treatment needed, it's a livable thing, and you can crack on. So again, these things are mounting up. All of a sudden, I started to have heart trouble, and my heart rate was dipping well below normal. I was taken to hospital, put on a ward straight away, and my heart was dipping to 40 and just below. They hooked me up to heart monitors, all kinds of things, made me wear heart monitors for a short while once they released me. And then they diagnosed me with bradycardia, which is the slow heart rate, and that's something I still have now. Just occasionally I get flutters. I'm not to the extreme where they had to take me to hospital. So by this time, I've got asthma, bradycardia, diverticulitis, gallstones and a swollen gallbladder, vulvodynia, perineum nerve damage, a number of things going on. So in between, I'm still in excruciating pain in certain circumstances. Because I can't get treatment from the doctors, I'm rushed through to go to hospital. Then they rush me through thinking either I'm having a heart attack or there's something wrong with me. So this has gone on and gone on and gone on for quite a few years, in and out of A&E, in and out of doctors' surgeries, hospitals, you name it. And it keeps coming back. You're okay, no further treatment, livable causes. And I've gotten to the point where it's a balance. If someone said to me tomorrow, I've got cancer, or the doctor said to me tomorrow, we still can't find anything, I don't know which would upset me more. I know it's awful to say, yes, you've got cancer, but the mindset it leaves me in when they say they can't find anything, when I personally know there's something there, it's destroying, because I can go through as many scenarios, different things, whatever, and I can switch off completely and not think about anything, not research anything, not do anything. That pain doesn't go away, and I know my own body, and I know there's something in there. Anyway, fast forward to today. A week ago, I had a fantastic appointment at my local GP's surgery. Best appointment I've ever had there. The woman actually took me seriously. She listened to all the factors I'm telling her and explaining to her about the symptoms within my body and how I'm feeling it and how I'm perceiving it. She listened to absolutely everything. She went through my historical tests, records, weighed it all up, and she decided I needed cancer investigation for the stomach area, esophageal, which is your throat, and it goes down to the meeting of your stomach. She took urine samples, she sent me for blood tests, she's now sending me for a camera down the throat to see into the stomach. And I can't thank that lady enough, that doctor enough. She's done absolutely fabulous. She listened to me and she's sending me in the right direction. The bloods that she sent me for were tumour blood investigations. So they've taken that. I was supposed to get the results yesterday and they were unable to give me them on the phone. The doctor has to speak to me. So from that, I haven't got the all clear, otherwise they would have given me that on the phone yesterday, and now I have to wait to see, is there a diagnosis, is there a non-cancerous something there? Doesn't mean, you know, it's the end. It doesn't mean I have got it. It could be non-cancerous, it could be something else, it could be just something in my system. I won't know till I know. There's no point me sinking and going down till I actually know the answers, and even then I won't. So they're sending me for this throat camera now. I've had cameras every part of my body, and they're sending me for another throat one. So the telephone called me today, made the appointment, and they said, but before you actually attend that appointment and have that camera, we need you to do a COVID test on the Sunday before. So I explained to the lady, I've never done a test before, and is there any other option? Is there anything that I can do? And she said, no, it's now obligatory by the law that should I not have a COVID test, I will then be denied medical treatment, which means no further investigation. Should I have cancer, should I have a tumour, should I have anything else, they won't even treat me if I don't have a COVID test. To some, there may be no dilemma. To me, the dilemma is I've never worn a mask since the beginning of this COVID. And although I'm not denying there may be an illness and some people are getting ill, I have my own thoughts and theories about how people are getting ill. But more importantly, it's the build up to the passport and the loss of human rights. Should people not have the passport that states you've had 2 vaccines, then you won't be allowed to travel on holiday, go in nightclubs, do the luxury things. But here, right at the bone of learning, do I have cancer or don't I have cancer, I am blatantly being dictated to, forced to, and told if you don't have it, we're not going to give you this treatment. It's diabolical. There's no human rights in that. There's nothing. It's pure dictatorship. And I'm stuck with now, you know, I want to be here for my family. I want to be here for the future. I want to have my life. I've not got a bad life, you know. I've got me little allotments in the garden. I've got me pantry. I've got a husband who loves me and provides everything. You know, I've got 2 loving boys. You know, my life's not bad. You know, people work all their lives and retire into what I have, you know, and I have this as my lifestyle. And I'm more than happy with it. And I need to know, do I need to prepare for when I'm not here? You know, when I'm not doing that garden, when I'm not doing that pantry, everyone else is still able to function in this house and be able to do what they need to do to get on with their lives. My boys are only young, my husband's still only young, you know, 54 and 53. We're only, you know, we're not old. So anyway, I still need to research about my rights. I'm going to get in contact with pals. I'm going to debate it with them whether I actually need it or not. You know, the end of the day, and I don't like to be a defeatist, but if it's a choice between seeing my family in 2 years' time, 3 years, 5 years' time, or not being here, the likelihood is I'm going to be forced into taking it. But I will find out if there's an option not to do it. I know I won't have the vaccine. If they say you have to have the vaccine before we can give you the treatment, that's me ducked out, you know. If I survive because I'm not ill, all the better, but I won't be having the vaccine either way. What I wanted to show you today was, though, you know, I think it's a bit sad that we should carry any ID, but I've carried an exempt card near enough since the beginning of what we call the COVID pandemic. And obviously there's been lots of places we weren't allowed to go in without face masks. So, you know, I felt as if I shouldn't have to produce this. This was against my basic human rights anyway, to have to produce this every time I went to a shop for a bottle of milk or a loaf of bread, or wherever I choose to go. So anyway, it's a bit tatty, it's well used now. I've been using this for quite a while. What I haven't had to use yet is one I've printed off this week, and this is exempt from COVID passports. So basically you just print it off the computer, you cut it out, fold it up, basically laminate it or just keep it like that in your pocket and just produce that. Now the government state on gov.uk is where you'll find this to print out. Now the government state, as they did with the first exempt card, that you can't be questioned about your existing illnesses or what your exemption is referring to, and the mere fact that you have these cards should be sufficient. But they're not asking me for a COVID passport for my medication. They're asking me to do the COVID test. Now, as far as I know, you take it right up your nostril and you're taking it past your membrane. And, you know, I'm not a pussy. I'm not, you know, I can take pain. I told you my pain threshold is quite high because the pain I'm in every day, even if it's a good day, I call that functionable pain. It means a pain that I feel constantly, but I can still function under because I've adapted to it. When I have really bad days, that's unfunctional pain and so severe I can't do anything else. But the good days, I'm still in pain. It's functional pain. So I need to know, do I deteriorate myself and break the membrane like they wish me to? Do I go against my own ethics and everything that, you know, I spoke to believe in over the last couple of years while this has gone on? And I'm in a quandary. But if anyone knows, should there be a reason why I shouldn't have the COVID test, if there's a way round it, please put it in the comments for me and advise me in any way. I know this is a touchy subject and some people might unsubscribe, might not watch my videos in the future, and might decide I'm not the type of person that they wish to watch anymore. That's okay. That's okay, and you're you and I'm me. But at the end of the day, I have to think for myself. It's my body. I can't take things into my body that will affect existing allergies, affect existing illnesses. You know, every time somebody is ill off one of these things, we keep hearing, oh, it's pre-existing illnesses. You know, well, I have pre-existing illnesses and I'm not prepared to chance that any further. You know, pro-choice, my body, my choice. You know, my mind is screaming that COVID test is the same thing. You know, I shouldn't have to be shoving things up my nose to prove to someone that I'm subservient enough to follow their rules to allow me medication. No, it's the Nazis all over again, and I've had an absolute enough. It's a quandary. It's something I'm going to have to think about. It's something I'm going to try and challenge and see if there's a way around it, what I can do. But at the moment, that dictatorship of a rule is laid down flat, and I'm told have it or no treatment. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm positive, I'm uplifting, I'm speaking to the boys every day. My husband and I are closer than ever. You know, we're okay. It's just I need results and I need to know what quality of life I got to look forward to, if that should be the scenario we're facing, and how long have I got. You know, there's a lot of thought I've got going through my head. I don't want chemo, I don't want this, because I feel just as strongly about those subjects for me personally, not other people. It's just a lot going on. I just wanted to share some of those thoughts with you today. Don't wish to upset anyone, don't wish to have an argument with anyone. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.